What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing well. Welcome once again to my home office. March has just been kind of a wash because this time it's my turn. I got COVID. I'm on day 6. I'm feeling way better, but I just tested this morning and I'm definitely still positive. So here we are in the home office, this time filming on my iPhone, which I think so far is looking pretty great. We'll see in the edit how it turns out. But that leads us to the topic of the day, which is what do you do if you as the therapist need to cancel on your clients last minute? Because I had to do that last week, unfortunately, the day that I found out that I got COVID. I've definitely spoken before about how to deal with your clients canceling on you on short notice, but I don't often hear people talk about like what do we do when we need to cancel? It happens, as it did for me, so let's talk about it today. Now, as is true with pretty much anything in life, there's no one-size-fits-all strategy that's just kind of going to work equally for everyone. But there is a general approach that I think works across the board when it comes to navigating when you need to cancel on your clients last minute. And that's to do what is within your reasonable power to prioritize client care. Now notice there are 2 parts to this phrase. Do what's within your reasonable power to prioritize client care. One part is about your power and the other is about client care. It's not just one or the other, and I notice that a lot of therapists tend to lean a lot more heavily into one or the other. For many of us, we lean way more heavily on, of course, prioritizing client care, as we should, but often at the kind of neglect of our own human limitations, and this can have a lot of negative effects. If we imagine that all we did was prioritize client care, then we might still try to meet with our clients when we're feeling sick, or we might neglect a loved one who had a, more urgent medical procedure come up who could use our care for the sake of still meeting with our clients. And I don't think that's totally reasonable. Now, having said that, if you do lean this way where you kind of neglect yourself for the sake of your clients, I totally get it. This is kind of the direction that I have historically at least tended to lean because we want to do everything we can to take care of our clients. But it is really important to also acknowledge our humanity. If it looks like I keep moving around, it's because I'm having technical difficulties. Hopefully this works out. And on the flip side, there are those therapists who do prioritize their own needs, which is lovely because you're taking care of yourself, but sometimes at the expense of considering their clients' needs. So for example, you get sick or you have some very legitimate reason for needing to cancel your sessions, but you fail to inform your clients that you need to cancel. This is a big oopsies. So last week when I woke up feeling not so great on my one client day and wound up testing positive for COVID, here's how my thought process went. The first question I had was, does it make sense for me to still meet with my clients? Certainly not in person, but I considered, should I offer a meeting virtually? I ended up deciding to go ahead and cancel that day. Then the next question that I asked is, how equipped am I to inform my clients that I need to cancel? Am I equipped to have a full-on phone call to check in and let them know, or do I need to resort to some sort of kind of digital means like sending an email or something like that? And then the third question I considered is, how much communication from me do my clients need in order to feel cared for as I inform them that I'm canceling? I think asking ourselves these combination of questions can kind of help us balance out like, where am I at? What are my limitations right now? And also, what are my clients' needs that I need to consider and how do they all come together? So all of that answers the question of like, does it make sense for me to cancel on my clients? And also, how do I go about informing them that I'm canceling? But what about whatever happens next? Do you just reschedule for whenever you next have openings anyway? Or do you make extra time in your schedule later that day or that week, or accommodate your clients that you canceled on somehow? And for this question, we come back to the same item I named at the top. Do what is in your reasonable power to prioritize client care. So again, what's in my reasonable power? And what will prioritize client care, and how do those come together? Once upon a time when I didn't have kids yet, if I needed to cancel on clients last minute for whatever reason, it was really easy for me to just make time in my schedule on a different day of the week and offer it to my clients. And now that I have 2 little kids, it's a totally different story. I have to make sure that I have childcare scheduled in order to add slots on my calendar. However, I do consider my clients' needs, and if I have specific clients who have maybe more urgent needs and it feels accessible, I can make 1 or 2 time slots just for them, then I will offer that to them. And if I don't have it available, then I may consider even offering a referral, reminding them of what other resources they have available. So making sure I communicate that even if it's not within, my limits to offer it directly to them. And the last item that feels important to touch on when it comes to canceling clients last minute is charging your clients, which might sound a little silly to talk about, but I'll explain. Now, hopefully it's obvious that if you need to cancel on your client last minute, you do not charge them for that session. But let me say, for therapists who have a system that automatically charges their clients for the sessions that day, you also need to have some sort of system for what you do if you need to cancel. There are a few other items to consider when it comes to what to do about your fee and canceling. It's at least worth thinking through whether you want to hold yourself to the same cancellation policy that you expect of your clients. You don't have to do this, but if you do this, it communicates a lot of integrity to our clients, which is paramount in building trust, which is paramount to the entire therapeutic relationship. It's worth thinking through. The way I've done it historically is I've just held myself to the exact same cancellation policy that I've offered to my clients, which basically is if you cancel within 24 hours, I still charge unless something more urgent comes up, like you're sick, something like that, then I won't charge. We'll just see each other the next time. So that way, if I ever needed to cancel on short notice without really urgent reason, then I would definitely see the client for free the next time that we met, because that was on me that I missed our session without really a good reason. And if I was sick or something like that, then I wouldn't do anything special. We would just meet the next time and I would charge them as usual. Now, there isn't a hard and fast rule for what to do about the charging and waiving the fee and all of that, but it is something to think through and make sure whatever you land on feels consistent with the practice that you're building, with the kind of business that you want to be, and that also respects both yourself and your clients. Well, hopefully this video was helpful to you as you consider how you'd like to approach things when it comes to canceling on your clients last minute, because it happens to all of us eventually. Hopefully it's few and far between, but it happens. And before we close, I'd like to thank TherapyNotes.com for sponsoring this video. TherapyNotes is a all-inclusive practice management system helping you with scheduling and notes and billing. They have a HIPAA-secure telehealth platform and so much more. If you'd like to check out TherapyNotes, you can get 2 months to try it for free with no commitment just by clicking the link in the description of this video. Well, thanks for watching this video. I hope it turns out okay. I don't know what I just filmed. I'll find out when I edit it later. But I also hope that this content was useful to you. And if there's any tips that you would like to add that I didn't touch on as far as what to consider when we need to cancel on our clients on short notice, please leave a comment below so other people can glean from your experience as well. And until next time, from one therapist to another, I wish you well.